So guys, we've done with the first session of the first day of our 2-day training program. Gone home, recovered, had enough sleep, at least 8 hours sleep, fully recovered the body, plenty of protein, carbs, veg, water, electrolytes, you know the biz. Refuel yourself, regenerate yourself, watch some tape. Then we come back in with the morning session, striking under pressure and sparring. Objective to enhance striking accuracy, decision making under simulated fighting pressure. So, the first thing was so nice, we had to do it twice. The dynamic warm up. Same thing as the first one. Great warm up. Like I say, gets all the. You've already explained this. Gets all the muscles working, gets you ready for the fighting. Mood, the headspace, reacting, wakes you up, gets you thinking defensively, gets you technically moving, loosens off the body before taking any real sort of impact or too much of an explosive movements. So, then we got pad work drills, same again with the realistic elite combinations. We've got pad works that include mixtures of body, leg, head attacks, including counter attacks, defensive work, defensive footwork, feints, blocks in and out combinations. We've already talked about this. Great. It's just great for anyone who's elite striker, which Elliot Tapori is, and this is what we're doing it based off. So yeah, great in terms of what we're looking for out of this training resource. Next, we've got one I personally use and I really love is elite Dutch style kickboxing with wrestling defensive drills. This is great. The same kind of thing as a realistic pad work. It's great at getting you to work these elite combinations and think of wrestling as well. But this is Dutch style kickboxing. So this is what a lot of old great Dutch style kickboxers use, and kickboxers overall. You see a lot of glory fighters use this kind of way of training, ways where you actually hit your partner. You're hitting not hard, obviously in the head, in the body you can hit a bit harder, but you're actually physically hitting your partner. This is getting you able to know what it feels like to hit a human body, where to hit a human body, what it feels like to actually dodge a real punch, what it actually feels like to take damage. This is conditioning your body. Now, it is not conditioning your head. You are not hitting your partner in the head hard, and you're not getting hit in the head hard. You cannot condition your chin by hitting it. A lot of people think otherwise. It's not. Well, not a lot of people, but I've seen some people think otherwise. This is wrong. The only way to condition your chin is neck exercises. This is not. But this is not what we're going to be doing. We're going to be hitting to the body and to the legs and to the. We're going to hit to the head, but lightly. We're going to touch it. But with the body and the abs and the arm, these are going to condition it. So this is going to make your body stronger to actual attacks, actual punches. Condition your legs, your abs. But it's also getting you used to being under pressure, being hit with shots. So I think this is a very great drill. Elite style of training. Love it. 20 minutes, few minutes, like 30 seconds to a minute rest in between rounds. You know the biz. We got sparring. So coming again with the constraints-led approach, we're using pressure footwork sparring, just like the pressure footwork and drill, but this time it's a bit more harder, same kind of thing, but this time your opponent can hit you back, can use strikes to actually evade, and it's just a little bit more like sparring, a little bit hard, a little bit more under pressure. You got more to think about, but you are focusing on pressure, like what Tapori does in the fight, cutting off the fighter, backing them up against the wall, putting them where you want them, not just following where they want to go. You're making them go where you want to go, and vice versa. You're dealing with pressure, you're coming back. How can I deal with someone coming forward at me? How can I move back and strike? These are the things we're going to be working on. 3 minutes on, 2 rounds, 1 minute rest. This is just kind of like warming up to the actual sparring. 3 minute rest just to recover, getting you ready for the actual sparring. Then we've got mixed ability technical sparring in the cage. Now this is very important. It's in the cage because this is getting you used to the environment of a cage. It's very different sparring and fighting on mats than it is in a cage. You got a lot more space. The wall's a lot different. Being pushed against an actual wall compared to a cage wall. Cage walls bends in a little bit. So, and it's a different shape. It's an octagon. It's not just some big square mat. So getting used to being in the cage is very important. These will be 5-minute rounds, 5 rounds, 1 minute rest. This is like championship or headlining main event rounds. But this is mixed ability. Now you'll be with someone new each round, but you'll be mixed with high level opponents or same level opponents that are going to be able to push you in sparring, get you adapting, making you actually if you don't have anyone hard, you're never going to be able to force yourself to adapt to it, force yourself to get better. And if you do good against these high level opponents, that's going to give you a confidence. But it's also going to be able to if they're giving you a tough time, you know how to deal with that. If you're confident that you can deal with tough times and tough opponents. But we're also going to have lower level opponents. Now, if you only have high level opponents, you won't be able to work on some like new tricks and new things that your timing might be a little off, or you're telegraphing it too much. You won't be able to practice these on high level opponents because they'll be able to see these and capitalise on this. See, they're knocking your confidence and stopping you able to practice things you want to practice on. This is where the lower level partners come in. So when the lower level partners, you may not see these little things you need to work on and the things you need to improve. So you can actually hit them, catch them with these stuff you want to improve on and work on, and improve your confidence with it, improve your ability with it. But we have higher level opponents as well, because if you go through camp with just lower level opponents, you're just easy breezing through every sparring. You come into a fight and you get a tough fight. You got a tough fighter in front of you, and he's not going to be easy like your opponents. That's going to be a very long night for you. So it's great to have a mixture of opponents. But obviously, what we want in these rounds is to focus on what we've been working on. We want the defensive footwork, defensive drills. We want the crisp boxing, the sharp explosive power. We want the feints and counter movements. If your partner's trying to take you down, fucking sprawl on them. These are the things we want to be working on, instead of trying to learn and pick up these new things as a fighter and going in there and then just reverting back to what you usually do. You'll never learn. You'll never progress. So this is what we want to be focusing on. We'll have a cool down, static stretching, major muscles. You know how it is. Recovery and reduce risk of injury. Same again as before. Go back home, sleep, eat, repeat. We've got some dynamic stretches and like plyometric exercises, just like the first day of conditioning. We kind of got a lot of the same things, Like I say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we're going to use it again. Awesome stuff with the warm up, getting you ready. Even pogo jumps and isolating split squat, strengthen things like your ankles and how to reduce injury. Same with the compound lifts, strength, very important. These are great. It's shown, the studies shown in combat sports that just basic compound lifts do so much. These basic stretches, strength exercises transfer so well into combat sports. We've also got obviously the power with the kettlebell swings and the med ball throws and the slams. To improve that explosive power, we're going to be working again. This is exactly what we need. That's a great asset of what Eli Tapori utilises, and as well as Josh Emmett, is the explosive power to put your opponent's lights out. So, after we're done with that, we're going to do something very important: cardiovascular conditioning. We're going to carry on with this. We want our fighter to be able to go over. This is one of the things that Eli Tapori said he did well. He able to win the full rounds. He felt great. He kept up the same pace. He was consistent. This is what we want our fighter to do. If you're not fit, a fit fighter will always beat an unfit fighter, like I've said. So if you're not fit enough to do the 4 rounds, your technique might be great in that first round, but in the third, the fourth, the fifth, how technical of a fighter are you then if you're gassed and your hands are dropping and you're not reacting to these shots that are coming your way? We want to be sharp through the whole 5 rounds, so this is where we're going to do some interval hill sprints. I'll put it here first. Usually I like it actually after, but it doesn't really matter. Whatever you want, you can do it after the run or before the run. But we've got interval hill sprints. We've got 10 rounds of them with a minute rest in between. Just find a nice steep hill, maybe around like 100 meters, maybe less. Sprint up as fast as you can, and come back down, and have a minute's rest. And go again for 10 rounds. Then after that, we're going to have a 45-minute run, or before. And this is going to be consistent pace for 45 minutes. This should be minimal amount of rest possible. Should not be stopping really. I want you to be able to just consistently, it is to help your heart, that if you're consistently working, it's putting pressure on the heart to, open up the valves and increase blood flow. This is what we want. We want more blood flow around the body with transporting oxygen around the body to the muscles, improving your cardiovascular endurance. So we can go the 25 minutes, we can go the long time. We're building on, like we did before with the sprints and the hill sprints. Now we want that explosive power and endurance, that we can just constantly give explosive. But we also want to be able to have a long distance type of cardio. We want to be going that whole 25 minutes. So this is what we want in that consistent, minimal amount of rest. It doesn't matter how long you run, it's just how long, like in miles, you run. But what matters is you get 45 minutes straight as best as you can. After that, we just nice, cool, static stretches. You know how it is. Recovery, reduce injury. And then that's everything. That's the 2-day training resource. I hope you found this very useful. Thank you for listening to my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you are taking in this training resource, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope it improves you as a fighter. Thank you very much. This has been Theo Makin.